any questions that we can answer?
I totally agree with ASD, ADHD relate to neurodevelopment from childhood and genetics. Genetic means not father autism, children autism, not this means, right?
Yeah.
And the change of the genes.
Yes.
But as I believe, after invention of smartphone, so we are so the teenagers exposed to SNS, short contents, and I think it makes more increase of ADHD.
Mm-hmm.
So can you talk about that? Because so some kids in our congregation or ASD or ADHD from childhood, but it's possible, right, from adult or young adult or teenagers. So it is our goal to prevent, reduce to ADHD or some social anxiety, depression, mental disorders. That's my current issue at my home, as I talk with you.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, ADHD is more of a clinical diagnosis, right? So children have a developmental challenges of inattentive. So no matter how much they're trying, they cannot pay attention or sustained attention. Completing the task is very, very difficult. Or their body is constantly having so much energy that they cannot, sit still. So that is more of a medical condition that we know how to treat their brain. But with the understanding of that is the children's, if their brain are experiencing with something that is very exciting. Because ADHD neurochemical that highly associated with is dopamine. Probably you heard about the dopamine, right? So dopamine is make us feel excited. Dopamine is the way you understand is rather than getting or playing the video game, is getting into that video game until they get to that playing game. That's the dopamine. Is increasing it very high. So when they're playing, it's not actually going that high anymore because that more of anticipation of I'm gonna play is the dopamine. But problem is with the ADHD is they're really bored. Their brain just cannot focus things that what they want to do. So ADHD issue is not they don't know what they need to do. The problem is they don't know how to do it. So if you are trying to teach them what to do, they all tell you, I know, I'll do it. But can they do it? No. So it's not a problem of what to do. So don't ever approach with what to do. Always helping them how to do it. But the social media and the video is giving us a lot of excitement, right? So when they are bored, they think about something to be excited. That's why they are also distracted. But not because of the social media and video game that they have ADHD. The ADHD is causing or even making them wanted to have more because of boredom. Now, how can we reduce this or even fix these issues? It's actually from you. We are the one who gave to them. We are so tired and just do that. We already started with them. Why don't you just start with that? Okay? And then later, when they needed to study, again, knowing the brain, they can't stop because they already have excited activities that now you're telling them do the boring things. No excitement. That's why there's no motivation, right? So which means what they are really, really seeking is something to be excited. If you are able to create that environment, you can relate and doing things, they like that more than playing game. It's the best, but also it takes some time, but you have to restore, re-engage with your child. Whatever even just playing the board game, you gotta do it. More of an interactive. Rather than take away. Consequences of removing that video or the phone will never work. It will make them want it more. Okay? Their problem is not knowing. Their problem is not know how to. So the relationship, the way we are engaging with them, even talking about it, hey, I have a concern that you have excessive amount of using your phone. What is it about? Is the start. Rather than, man, when, how long, you're addicted. It will never help them because they already know that that is not good for them. Right? So as we just talked about it, going back to the original states, we need to be seen. We need it to be engaged. So instead of doing activities that are consequences, applying the consequences, we want to know what is so bored about. What are the things that can help you to be more excited about? Right. So again, removing that devices will never work. But once they are already excited about using those devices, more time that we have to engage to be excited away from the devices. So think about it, your children's, even with ADHD or non-ADHD, playing in the water, going to the park, they all enjoy it. If you do that more, although you may tire, it will work. Anything you want to add?
Yeah, like what Dr. Mijin said, replacement for any addictive behavior would be important. But when there's addiction, there's always pain in mental health perspective. So kind of going into what kind of led them to that avoidant behavior would be another good way to approach.
Thank you. Yes, please.
Whether during the parenting or as an educator, to approach kids with like ADHD behavior or ADD behavior, is it right? Is it good idea to disclose a term? Like, I see this symptom from you. I think you may have like labeling those words. Is it okay? Because my concern is, do I want to label the child? So they're going to perceive as, oh, so I have that, so it's okay for me to behave there because I have this.
Yes.
But at the same time, if we know what causing us to behave, maybe it might be opening eyes to, because I have that, I may work to fix it. So I'm debating, is it good to use or not to disclose fully to the kids when I'm addressing?
So ADHD is more of a public term that we all know what that means, right? So we don't have to use that term to describe our children's behavior. But we can say you do have attention ability issues, or it seems like you have a hard to focus, seems like a hard to initiating the task, or sometimes you are missing while I'm talking, or maybe I'm talking too long. Right? But they're not paying attention to, or sometimes they're struggling with their sleep too. So yeah, I noticed that you have some difficulties organize or time management that sometimes compensate your sleep. So it's a more of a descriptive area that they are struggling with. That's why I put the slice of a strength. And sometimes you can recognize that their strength, that you are really good and very creative. How can we create a better way to make your time management? Is more of, because using their strength, we can use their weaknesses, or helping their weaknesses as well. So using that to show, I noticed that you're struggling a lot to start the homework. Or I noticed that you have a hard time to sit still during the worship time, right? Then let's be creative. How can I help you? Maybe you can stand instead of sitting. Well, we can try all many different ways, but including them using their strength to support their own weaknesses. Yeah. 끝났습니까? 네. 네, 우리 끝났습니다.